السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hello my dear friends, this is Dr. Hoda. Today is a math lesson for grade 4. Let's start. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. بسم الله. Today we are going to explain the graphs. Show me the data. The best graph to represent the given data. First we have the bar graph. Bar graph is used to compare things between different groups or track change over large periods of time with one group surveyed. One group only, okay? Examples of data that can be represented by bar graph are favorite animal or pet, favorite color or sport, favorite food or fruit, favorite subject, okay? Then we have the line plot like this. It's a number line and we put numbers on it and we put x's which shows the frequency of the data, okay? So the line plot is used to show the frequency of data on a number line. Examples of data that can be represented by line plot. Examples of data that can be represented by line plot: data involving measurements such as length of time, distance, height or weight, number of siblings, and number of pets. Okay, so if we have numbers and we are comparing the numbers, we use the line plot, the frequency of data. Okay, now we have the double bar graph like this. Double bar graph is used to display two sets of data, two sets on the same graph using two different colors to compare two categories. For example, boys and girls and so on. Okay. Examples of data that can be represented by double bar graph: favorite color between boys and girls, favorite food between boys and girls, students' marks of two subjects, highest and lowest temperatures of some cities. The four main elements to graph the data are the title, the labels for each axis, the scale, and a key if needed. Now answer the questions about this double bar graph. Here we have the title is favorite sport, and then we have basketball, baseball, football, soccer, tennis, track. Okay, and the blue is for the boys and the pink for the girls. Okay, so let's answer the questions. Which sport is the least preferred for boys? So the boys are the blue. Okay, here we have basketball, it's 9, and then we have baseball, it's 8, and football is 8, soccer is 6, tennis is 4, and track is 2. So the least sport that is the least preferred for boys is track. What is the difference between the number of girls who like soccer and the number of girls who like basketball and soccer? So here is the soccer. We look to the girls, the pink one. Soccer, 10 girls prefer soccer. Okay? And basketball, the girls, 2. 2 girls prefer basketball. So 10 minus 2. Equals 8. How many boys were surveyed? So we have to count all the boys. Again, we look here. We have 9 for basketball plus 8 for baseball and 8 for football and 6 for soccer, 4 for tennis and 2 for track. So again, 9 and 8 and 8 and 6 and 4 and 2. We add them all. So 6 plus 4 equals 10, right? And 8 plus 2 equals another 10. Then 9 plus 8 equals 17. Plus 10 and 1 are 20. So it is equal to 37 boys. Write a question that this double bar graph can answer, then answer it. So for example, we can write, for example, how many boys like tennis more than track? So we have 4 boys for tennis and 2 for track. So 4 minus 2 equals 2. So how many boys like tennis more than track or prefer tennis than track? We have 4 minus 2 equal 2 boys, okay? A teacher is tracking the number of books individual students read in the month of June and July. Circle the type of graph she should use to compare the 2 months for each student. So she is comparing how many books were read. The students read them in June and July. So we are comparing 2 months. So which one will we choose? Is it the line plot or the bar graph or the double bar graph? If we are comparing 2 types of data. Yes, double bar graph. Choose the suitable type of graph. Here we have a graph. Its title is Population of Major Cities, major Egyptian cities. And here we have the numbers in millions, 2 million, 4 million, 6 million, and 8 million. And then we have the cities, Cairo, Alex, Giza, Port Said, and Sousse. So, what is this graph? Yes, it's a bar graph because it's comparing the population of cities. Okay, so it is a bar graph. Here in this table, number of siblings, tally marks, and total. So number of siblings, we have 0 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and tally marks tell us the frequency of siblings. Okay, so for example, we have 1 student has no siblings and 4 students has only 1 sibling. We have 5 students have 2 siblings, and 7 students has 3 siblings. 2 students have 4 siblings, and 1 student have 5 siblings. So we are comparing the frequency of siblings, right? So how can we represent this data? Either is it a line plot or bar graph or a double bar graph? Yes, because it's a frequency, so it's a line plot. 8 friends made new bracelets. The length were 15.5 centimeter, 20 centimeter, 15 centimeter, 20.5 centimeter, 15.5 centimeter, 15 centimeter. How could they represent the data? So we are comparing the length of the bracelets. Okay, so if we are comparing the length, we have to choose the line plot because it's a measurement. This table shows the bike sales for a store during the first 4 months of 2 years. And we have 2 years here, 2020 and 2021, and January, February, March, and April. So how are we going to represent this data? Either on a line plot or a bar graph or a double bar graph? We have 2 years. We are comparing the 2 years. Yes, it's a double bar graph. This type of graph is used to display 2 sets of data on the same graph. Is it a line plot, bar graph, or double bar graph? Yes, 2 sets of data, so it's a double bar graph. Here we have a graph, students' favorite African animal. And we have the frequency here. We have 0 and 2 and 4 and 6 and 8 and 10. And we have the animals here, crocodile, cheetah, giraffe, hippo, and lion. And the blue color is for males and the pink color for females or boys and girls, okay? So what is this graph? Yes, it's a double bar graph because we are comparing the males and females, the favorite animal, the favorite African animal for both males and females. So it is a double bar graph. We come to this table. We have here the favorite season, winter, spring, summer, and fall. and the tally marks and the total tell us how many students like winter most, and how many prefer spring, and how many prefer summer, and how many prefer fall. Okay, so how are we going to present this data? Either a line plot or bar graph or double bar graph. We have seasons here, the favorite season. Yes, we can represent it on a bar graph. Here we have a line 3, 4, 5, and 6, and the title is number of days spent on beach. So number of days spent on beach by each student. So here we have 2 students spent 3 days, and 3 students spent 4 days. Only 1 student spent 5 days, and 4 students spent 6 days. So what is this graph? Yes, it is a line plot. Now we come to this question. This type of graph is used to compare things between different groups or to track change over large periods of time. So if we are comparing things between different groups, is it a line plot, bar graph, or a double bar graph? Yes, the bar graph. This type of graph is used to show the frequency of data on a number line. So a number line or frequency of data. So is it line plot, bar graph, or double bar graph? Yes, the line plot. Put right or wrong. The line plot often used when the data shows number or measurements. The line plot, yes, when the data shows measurements, we can trace it on a line plot. So this question is right. In the opposite figure, and here we have a figure. Here we have the days: Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the days, okay? And on the y-axis we have the number of hours: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we have 2 colors here. The orange color is for Walid and the green color is for Fuad, okay? So how many hours spent reading by Walid? Walid read on Saturday, for example, 3 hours. And Fuad read on Saturday 4 hours. Here on Sunday, Walid spent 4 hours reading, and Fuad 5 hours. Here on Monday, Walid spent 3 hours, and Fuad 2 hours. And so on. So let's answer the questions. The difference of the number of hours between Walid and Fuad on Sunday is 1 hour. So here we have Sunday. Walid read how many hours? 4 hours, okay? And Fuad read 5 hours. So 5 minus 4 equal 1 hour, right? So the difference of number of hours between Walid and Fuad on Sunday is 1 hour? Yes, this question is right. The suitable way for representing the favorite color for 30 students is the line plot. Favorite color? No, it's not the line plot. It's a bar graph. So this question is wrong. Bar graph. The best type of graph that represents the following is a bar graph. Here we have a table. This is the activity and number of pupils. So number of pupils who practice sports are 45. It's about the favorite subject, okay? So 45 pupils prefer sports, and 25 prefer social, and 30 prefer artistic, and 15 prefer cultural, okay? So the best type of graph that represents the following is a bar graph. Yes, this is right. Choose the correct answer. The opposite graph shows either a pictograph, line plot, bar graph, or double bar graph. And here we have the graph. We are comparing the favorite animals by both boys and girls. So the dog, 4 boys like dogs and 6 girls like dogs. Here the horse, 3 boys like horse and 6 girls like horse. The cat. 2 boys and 3 girls like cats. Here the cow both are 5. 5 boys and 5 girls like cows. Okay? So this type of graph is what? Yes, it's a double bar graph because we are comparing the data of 2 different sets, the boys and the girls. The graph which represents the data of marks of 3 students in 2 different subjects. So 2 different subjects. So we are comparing 2 different subjects. Either is it a pictograph, line plot, bar graph, or double bar graph? Yes, a double bar graph. Which of the following cannot be represented by a line plot? The number of our family members? No, it can be represented by line plot because it's a number. Okay? Our shoe sizes? It's also can be represented by line plot. The distance between home and school? It's also numbers. So it's represented by line plot. Our favorite activity in our spare time? Yes, because our favorite activity, it has to be represented on a bar graph. So it can't be represented by a line plot. And now we've come to the end of our session today. I hope you liked the lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share the videos with your friends. Thank you dear, bye. Ramadan Kareem.